Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, you guys are doing well. My name is Alex. Alhamdulillah, it's nice to have you here. And I'm currently 19 years old. I'm in New York University, Abu Dhabi, currently filming this in my dorm with some lighting equipment around me. Normally, I don't do that introduction, but maybe like any new people are watching this video. So inshallah, this video is going to be about specifically asking questions, the discovery stage of a sales call. So in a sales call, remember that the fundamental of sales is that you have to find out what problems they have, if you can fix those problems, and then pitch your solution, right? Because if you don't even know what the problems they have, then you can't pitch a solution because you don't know if it's going to help solve their problems. And if you can't find any problems that you can solve, then don't try to help the customer, because that would be deceiving them. Try and make them pay for something that is not actually going to help them. So in the discovery stage, when you're actually trying to find out what are the problems that they have, you want to find out more about their mindset, their way of thinking, their decision-making process, and why exactly, what exactly their mindset is, why they've been doing the actions that they have been doing. Because why? Because the actions that they're doing at the moment, the way of thinking that they have at the moment is what has brought them to this moment. And the truth is, the fact that they're on the call shows them that they're not at the place where they want to be. The reason they're on the call, on this sales call with you, is because they want something, or they have something that they're not happy with, and they want to reach their goals, which they haven't reached already because of the actions they've been taking. The actions they have been taking have led them to this point in place in time. So this is what you need to help them realize. You need to help them realize that their way of thinking, their actions have brought them to where they are now, and that will allow you to inject your own way of thinking, or your own decision-making process, your own mindset into the person, so that this brings them the sale. So the way we do that is, we need to figure out more about their situation. We need to figure out their situation now, what they've been trying, how long they've been trying it for, why they've been trying these things, why they haven't been able to achieve their goals, why they haven't, tried anything else, or why they've been doing this certain thing. Once you have all of that information, what their current situation is, what have they tried, why have they tried those things, what has actually been stopping them from reaching their goals, what do they need, what do they think they need to reach their goals. Once we know all of this information, then we can actually suggest something, because when we're asking questions that actually matter, okay, questions like literally as simple as why, what do you feel has been stopping you from achieving your goals? Why do you think that is? Why haven't you tried that then? If you ask questions like this, you're injecting doubt, or you're injecting something into the prospect, right? So that it feels like they're gaining clarity themselves. It doesn't feel like you're the one imposing anything. They're like, wait a second, I never thought of that before. Wait, maybe I've been doing something wrong this entire time. And you haven't even said anything. You're just asking questions. You're just finding out more information. When they're receiving this sort of clarity, when you're showing that you're actually listening to the lead, then they're going to be like, whoa, wow, I never thought of that before. I'm really grateful that he gave me that sort of clarity, and he made me think of my situation that sort of way. Maybe this is the reason why I haven't been able to reach my goals, and if he's able to give me this sort of clarity, I really trust this guy. Maybe I should listen to him for the rest of the call. So that's what the discovery stage is for. Once you have built that trust, once you have allowed the prospect to have some clarity, that's when you show them this is actually what you're missing if you want to reach the next level. Because obviously, if they knew everything they needed to do, they would have already reached the next level already, wouldn't they? They wouldn't be on the call. So now that they understand where they are, what their identity is, you want to talk about the identity of the person, where they want to be, because clearly those are two different people. If they were acting as if the person they want to be, then they would already be there. So once you create that gap, once you compare them as two different people, you want to say, what would that guy do, that person who is already there, who has achieved those goals, what would he be doing in your spot right now? He would obviously be investing into his own education, investing into his own skill sets, taking action instead of doing whatever you've been doing for the past few years. So once you help them realize that, once you can literally ask them, what do you think, the person who has achieved all those goals, what do you think he would be doing at this moment? Like, you can literally ask them, and then they are defending the identity of the person that you want them to be, or that they want to be. You're making them do that. You're not telling them, oh, you have to do X, Y, and Z to become the person you want to be. You literally ask them, what do you think it takes, or what do you think the action is required for you to be, for that person who has achieved all of those goals? What do you think he would do in this stage, on this call? What do you think he would do? Do you think he would let, some risk? Do you think he would let this opportunity go to waste, given that he spent all of these years, not taking action, not getting to the place he wants to be? Or would he, you stay in the same place he is now? So yeah, that's the motive. That's the what is it? That's the main message of this video, inshallah. Because yesterday I did an accountability session where I asked everyone loads of questions. I digged deep into the why people do things. Wait, let me just check. Yeah, my microphone is on. I dig deep into why specifically people do things, because it's one thing to know where you want to go. It's another thing to know how you want to get there. It's another thing to understand why you want to do those things, because there's so much information online on how to do something, how to get there. But if you don't have the motivation, if you don't have the intense commitment to actually do something, you're not going to get there. So inshallah, you learn a lot from this video about the discovery stage of a sales call, about asking good questions, about shifting their identity in a way that they're actually shifting their own identity. And inshallah, if you want to attend any of the weekly sessions I do 2 weekly sessions where I go over stuff like this, where I literally ask deep questions to all of you guys to actually help you get to the next level, inshallah, completely for free in my community, where I teach sales completely for free to Muslims and how to actually build that consistency, reach the next level for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then I'm going to leave the link in the description down below, inshallah, to join the community. I can't wait to see you inside, inshallah. And assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.